Hi internet people. So, because Riverdale was off for a week, I actually decided I would do a double episode reactions recap sort of thing because the very, very cool Back in Time episode where everyone is playing their parents airs this week. So, I'm going to be talking about episodes 2 and 3. I talked about episode 1. There might be some episode 1 carryover because I keep notes. I have Riverdale notes. So every time I watch an episode, I literally take notes. Riverdale episode 2. And then I just have like stuff, like random stuff. Yeah, there's just a whole thing. So like I just take tons of notes. So I didn't really review them, even though I should have. So I'm just gonna do a quick kind of like catch up on some stuff. So Bughead is investigating Griffins and Gargoyles, G&G, because Dilton Doily, dead. But the one guy is in like a coma. They find out Ethel's involved. She's Princess Etheline, and there's been a missing. It's not Boy Scouts, they have another name for them and I can never remember it, but there's a missing Boy Scout hiding in Dilton's bunker. We find him because Bughead goes investigating, because of course they're investigating, it's Bughead. So like they're doing all of that, which that bunker is in the Riverdale comics. So in case any of you read the tie-in comics, there's totally one with Jughead and Dilton at that bunker. It's not really tied into the universe, but like it exists. So when they were like, the bunker, I was like, Dilton's magical bunker from the Cold War? It's not really, it's like his parents or something. But anyway. We found out Griffins and Gargoyles is a thing, it's been a thing, but they play the Chalice game, and like, I'm jumping around a lot, there's a lot of plot points, but these are like the main things that happen in. So Jughead and Bughead are investigating, Jughead and Bughead, that makes no sense, Jughead and Betty, but they wind up having to split up because Betty thinks that it might have to do with the farm, that like weird creepy cult that her mom and Polly are involved in. She, while investigating them, finds out that they literally know every bad, evil, criminal thing her family has done, which is not good. Like, that's super blackmail material, very culty, they're never gonna let you out now. She's also not been seeing a doctor, I don't think, so like, who knows what's going on with these seizures? Who knows? Ethel also had a seizure, which seems very weird. Like, seizures are not contagious, typically, though there have been cases where like weird psychological behavior, not like weird those like things where, phrasing that was really bad, there are events where sort of actions can like go through the populace, like the weird dancing disease forever ago. There were girls who like twitched. So like stuff like that happens, oddly enough. Like it becomes like part of like what's happening in a community. Think like witch trials paranoia, but where you like physically do weird things with your body. Just, anyway. Fun historical facts for you. I also have a cough, so if I cough, I'm sorry. Jughead, oh my gosh, is working on the Ethel front. So he winds up playing Griffins and Gargoyles with Ethel. But he winds up having to do the Chalice thing. He survives. Ethel then downs the poison one, winds up in the hospital because Jughead calls the hospital. She gets her stomach pumped, but then we see her like praising creepy stick god, the Gargoyle King, and then all of a sudden, I have jumped all over the place, but now every student at school has a Griffins and Gargoyles manual, which is weird. And then Jughead says everyone's been playing it. We find out during all of this that their parents know something. Also, FP and Alice had sex because the farm told her it was okay, so they had sex. They also burned the manual, the one that Jughead got before like all of it got released. They burn it. They tell them to leave it alone. So now Bughead knows that Alice is involved or has been involved in Griffins and Gargoyles, which would tie in all the parents because they all used to be friends. I'm so excited for this flashback episode. While that's going on, in Varchie news, Archie still in juvie. This juvie literally looks like a 1950s prison, like hardcore all the time. They let them play football, which turns into a riot, and Veronica gets Cheryl to agree to do a pep rally for it. They do this really seductive dance outside the gates, which I literally was like, how are you gonna cheerlead at a prison for kids? Like, I've been to a juvie, like not in juvie. I was a Girl Scout who did a flag ceremony at a juvenile detention center. That's how hardcore I am, folks. So I've been to one and I was like, how would you do that? Like, juvenile detention centers are not big or nice or like have areas where you could just like sneak in and do a cheer routine. But whatever. So that happens, which like the dance routine is very cool. Tons of people sing. But then it turns into a riot. Archie gets put in solitary. Archie then winds up being part of the underground fight club where he winds up pretending to talk to his father. It's a whole bunch of stuff. This fight club is very illegal. Archie becomes sort of like, he becomes Mad Dog, who has disappeared and is probably dead. But you have to like fight, but you need to fight and like be a showman. So like he has to take a bunch of punches because he can knock people out in literally one punch, because who is he? Muhammad Ali? What? I literally was like, how did he learn? It's one punch. Why? How? You're not a god, Archie. You're not. Also, he might be getting back into music because that's what you do in prison, I guess. So that's a happening for Archie, but he's planning a breakout because he knows that Highr'd is involved in this, because he's gifted a bottle of frickin' rum. He's in prison. A warden gives him a bottle of rum. Not only is he a youth, it's a prison. Like, he shouldn't be giving rum to anyone, this warden. But the warden's a skis, so whatever. Veronica is like trying to figure out how to help him. She's gotten her mom to donate money for an Innocence Project thing, so that's going on. But Highr'd is screwing around with Veronica, which, that's bad phrasing because they're related, I'm sorry. He's messing with Veronica. He tries to get her speakeasy, which is not really a speakeasy, shut down. Jingle Jangle shows up because Penny is working for him, and like it's Jingle Jangle snuck in, all of this. Veronica puts Choni on it, like to try and deal with Penny. And then the Sheriff Manetta, I don't know why I can't say his name. He shows up and demands money, like it's a whole thing, but it's fine. Josie also sang at the speakeasy, which was cool. Like, stuff is happening just a lot. I'm way more interested in the Griffins and Gargoyles plot and like the cults and the creepy than I am with Archie in prison. I'm sorry, Arch. You knew it was gonna happen. I comment on how much I like Jughead a lot more than you all the time. I don't know why I'm apologizing to a fictional character. KJ is doing a great job. It's not his fault. It's just Archie plots. That's interesting. They're trying to give Josie and Kevin more screen time, kind of, but they like got rid of the pussycats, so now it's just Josie, no pussycats. But she hasn't done a ton, so I'm hoping she gets to do more. Kevin has a plot with Moose that they're like sort of building on, slowly, very slowly. I don't know how it's gonna go. And then they have Choni. Cheryl and Tony are around all the time, but they don't really have a plot. They're just like chilling in Riverdale. Like, we're just hanging out, being girlfriends and enjoying life, but I want them to have a plot. So can we give them something to do that's very cool and they can wear their stuff and be intense? But yeah, so those are quick recaps. Griffins and Gargoyles is my favorite part of this whole season right now. I'm digging it. I also very much enjoy the farm being an element, so I'm very excited for this flashback because it's going to be Griffins and Gargoyles related. I know it is. Also, Anthony Michael Hall from The Breakfast Club, he's the nerd, is the vice principal, or the principal, whatever, for the flashback, and I was so excited. It was so cool. It made me smile. Anyway, that was just from the previews. So make sure to check out the flashback episode on Wednesday. I will be watching it. Probably Thursday though, because I don't get the CW at my house. The app is great. The app works lovely. I just have to watch everything on the app. Anyway, make sure to watch it on Wednesday, and then let me know what you thought about it on Twitter. Also, let me know what you thought about this recap nonsense that I'm doing. It's really fast. In the comments or on Twitter, I'm at Cliff Notes. You can find me on my blog, cliffnotes.wordpress.com. I write for the Nerdy Girl Express, thenerdygirlexpress.com, and I sometimes run their Snapchat, the Nerdy Girl EXP. Bye, Internet people.